Hello on the Daily Family. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the show. I asked my Instagram for questions, and the questions y'all sent were surprisingly mostly in the same category. So I'm going to be answering that on this episode, as well as I'm going to share with you a download that I had over the last couple of days, conversations I've been having with my clients, etc. However, I have to tell you, my free training called Design in Mind, it's a human design training for entrepreneurs. It is this weekend, the 12th and the 13th. If you want in on that, you have to click the link in our show notes, or you can come visit me on Instagram at Danielle_on_the_daily, and you can register for that. Second, we are in the before Black Friday sale over here in my world. And these discounts are anywhere from like 30 to 60%. I mean, I don't even actually know what's wrong with me. Like some of the stuff I priced for this weekend, Brizzy was like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah, why not? Fuck it." So we're talking $222 human design readings that are normally $555. We're talking $444 to join some of my group programs. We're talking $99 masterclasses instead of the $199 that they normally are. We're talking big discounts. Also, I'm offering a really special deal on one spot for a year of private mentorship. This is normally almost a $90,000. This is almost a $90,000 investment typically that we are giving away for $44,000. So this is something that you need to be taking advantage of. Come see me on Instagram at Danielle_on_the_daily. All the details are there, but huge Black Friday offers. If you've been looking for a sign to jump into the deep end of my pool, which is this world of coaching, this is your sign. The before Black Friday sale. It's on. It started this morning and it's going until Monday morning. So you have all weekend, and I hope that you take advantage of it. And I hope to see you inside some of these containers. I asked my Instagram questions. I was like, does anybody have any questions about business, human design, money, energetics, wealth, anything? And I got about 6 or 7 responses with, if I am going to start a business, what would you suggest I do first? Or people were asking various versions of that question. And that is one of my favorite questions to answer. So I'm going to give you the top things that I think you should do if you are looking to start a business. And I'm going to maybe it's tailored towards coaches of some sort, fitness coaches, business coaches, whatever. But maybe not. I think this applies to most businesses. The first thing I would do is get really clear on what it is that you will be selling. So if this is coaching services, what are you, if you're going to become a coach, if you want to start being a coach, my first suggestion to you would be, are you going to release programs? Are you going to go one-on-one? Are you going to do masterminds? Like, what are you feeling? You don't have to do it all at once. I think when I started, I kind of threw spaghetti at the wall and I was just doing program after program after program. And that worked for me. And it was a little exhausting and confusing at the beginning. So I think if I could go back and do it again, I would probably do one program and I would sell it over and over and over again until I had mastered it. And then I would let that kind of evolve into something else. I don't know though. Maybe I wouldn't. I guess I think back and I'm like, I should have just released like one program over and over and over again. But maybe obviously that wasn't my path, but those are just some examples. So I would figure out what exactly it is that you're selling. Number 2, I would go and get an LLC or an S Corp, and I would register it because you're going to change the whole energy of what you're doing if you actually incorporate it and make yourself an entity. So I would do that pretty quickly. I would also set up a sales page. You can do that on a website called ConvertKit. You can also do that on a website called ThriveCart. I have used both. I like both. My email list is set up through ConvertKit. all of my products are now on Thrivecart only because they integrate better into my website, which is being redone and rebranded right now. So we needed everything to be able to embed into the website. So that's why I chose Thrivecart. But I would set up a landing page or a sales page that you can sell your products from, which will connect to a Stripe account, which is what we use to track our payments. So I would do that as soon as, and then I would also hire a coach. And I don't necessarily think maybe hiring one-on-one support right off the bat, but I would definitely get into a program about business. I would definitely get into a program about energetics, something like that. I did, and I do believe that is why I was able to scale so quickly, because right from the beginning, I had help. Right from the beginning, I was not alone, and I had support, and I was able to ask questions, and I was able to like really figure out what I was doing with the help of somebody who had already done it. So those are kind of like my top tips for what I would do if I was starting a business. If I were to go back and start a business again, what would I do? And I guess I am starting a business right now with Hype You Media. And we followed very similar things. I mean, on a larger scale, because this is a kind of a larger project, but the first thing we did was figure out exactly what our product was. The second thing we did was start an LLC. The third thing we did is figure out how we were going to market it and sell it. And the fourth thing was we have been talking to all sorts of mentors and people to get help and figure out how we're going to do this. So we did follow those four things. So that's what I would do if I was doing it all over again. I hope this helps. Now to the meat of this episode. I have heard the words "I'm stuck" a lot this week from my private clients. And yes, this is partially because of the full moon that was in eclipse and it was in Taurus and we're in Scorpio season and Mars is retrograde and we had a time change. Like all of those things are valid and kind of mess with people's emotions a little bit and kind of took everybody on this like crazy chaotic ride. That's all true. And just the saying "I'm stuck," I just think that that's such a bullshit statement because no, you're not stuck. No one's stuck. What does stuck mean? Stuck means that you don't know what to do because you think you've exhausted your options. But really what you're saying is I have exhausted the options that I'm willing to look at because I actually don't trust that the universe or God or whoever has my back and I need to be in control. So I'm only thinking about the possibilities that I am in control of and that I am perceiving, even though there are countless and unlimited opportunities and possibilities in the quantum field. I'm choosing to not trust those. And I'm going to say I'm stuck because I've exhausted all the options that I'm comfortable with. That's what you're actually saying. So let's break that down a little bit. We say all the time, like so many people are like, I trust that the universe has my back. I trust that God has my back. I trust in God. I trust in this. I trust in that. And that's great. I believe you. I also think that that is situational for most people. And this is not like me calling you out on your faith. Like what I'm calling you out on is that as humans, we are only able to perceive a certain amount of possibilities. That's what's in our perception, the ability to perceive only a few possibilities. So if I'm trying to grow my business and nobody's reaching out to me, even though I'm working on my marketing, if nobody's, buying my product, even though I've been like tirelessly working on what I'm doing, if all of these things are taking place and nothing's happening, what I am going to say is it's not working and I'm stuck. But actually, I'm not stuck. There's limitless possibilities. And clearly there's something better meant for me than what I'm assuming is meant for me. And so I'm stuck is really just you trying to be control of something that you actually don't have control over. Because the universe, God, whoever has a plan, and there is you co-created that plan. So that's something else entirely. But you can't say that you're stuck knowing that there are limitless possibilities for you. And maybe it's not going to happen in the way that you thought or in one of the ways that you thought it could. And the way that it will actually happen is probably better anyway, because your highest self only has your greatest good in mind. So before you stop and you say things like, I'm stuck, assess the situation. Are you actually stuck, or are you just trying to control things too much, and what you thought would happen didn't? And so now you don't know where to go because you're unable to just truly have faith, unwavering faith that the universe or God or whoever like indeed does have your back. So that's one of my thoughts today. The second thought I have a client that says to me, I don't know why I would just sell what I'm selling when what I'm selling is a luxury, and a lot of my clients could go Google it. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. First of all, your value is up to you. Your value is based on the content that you're putting out, the experiences that you've had, and the way in which you convey your message. That's what defines your value. Okay. So if you're saying that what you're putting out is not valuable because it's Googleable, then what that tells me is that you actually don't value what you're doing. You actually have a limiting belief around your worth in a really big way, and some energetics work could really, really do you wonders. Now, of course, the client that I'm working with, we do energetic work every week, every day. And I was able to talk her off a ledge very quickly in this situation, but it got me thinking, she's not the only one that feels this way. A lot of people are like, well, what would I say? This is Googleable information. But if you really believe that what you are sharing and your product that you're sharing and selling is Googleable, or it's something that everybody can go find out on their own, then you will always have a hard time selling whatever it is that you're selling, whether that be a coaching program, whether that be a service, whether that be a business, whatever it is, you're going to have a really hard time selling it if you believe truly that somebody could Google the information that you're providing. You have to do work on your mindset. That is work. That is why energetic work is so important. That is why knowing your human design is so important, because this client in particular that said this to me, she is a manifesting generator, and she is very, very, very quick to try to do all of the things and then burn out doing it. And her whole business is built around helping people avoid burnout, especially moms, working moms. And so I would, her and I, what I work with her on is like, you're not meant to know everything. And this goes back to I'm stuck. You're not stuck. You're just trying to control the outcome in a world that you're not really meant to control the outcome in. This is something that you are meant to just trust that is coming, and you're going to continue putting out content. You're going to continue to market yourself in a way that grows your brand. Right? To grow your business is to grow your personal brand. Without a personal brand, you do not have a business, period. You just don't. You have to grow a personal brand. And that personal brand is what's going to carry you beyond, what you think is possible. It's going to carry you beyond the box that people put you in. It's going to carry you beyond the business that you have right now. Right? People have seen me move from fitness to network marketing to a coaching business. I'm also starting a media company. And the reason that works, and the reason why people are not that confused, and if people are, there are people that are confused, let's be honest, because they're like, I thought you were only doing network marketing, and aren't you doing that anymore? And frankly, it's just something that I have learned about myself, that I have to follow my joy, and building my coaching business has given me the absolute most joy of anything right now. And that's where I need to focus. But anyway, the reason why it's not very confusing is because I have always grown my personal brand. Above anything, I am Danielle. And when you follow me on Instagram or you get my emails, you know that it's Danielle talking to you. It's not Danielle McCleary coaching. It's not Hype You Media. It's not the On the Daily podcast. It's not Danielle, the network marketer. It is Danielle. It's Danielle on the Daily, and that is who is behind all of it. So that's why it works. So if you're trying to grow a business, if you're trying to grow yourself, you got to grow your personal brand. And people, the saying of like, people are not brands. Yes, you are. If you use social media, you are a brand. And I hate to break it to you, and I know you don't want to hear that because you think that you're so different in Meta, but like at the end of the day, we are all personal brands. And so by avoiding that and pretending that that's not the case, all you're doing all you're doing is preventing yourself from growing and therefore preventing your business from growing. You have to accept that you are a brand, and the way that your business grows is if you continue to grow your personal brand. If people get to know you, and then that goes back to like, if people know you and they know your experience, then what you're going to share with them cannot be Googled, because it's your experience and it's the experience that you had, that you have embodied, and now you are able to share. That is truly like why, if you are growing a brand, people will never be able to Google whatever it is that you're selling, which means that what you have is valuable. And means you're not stuck, because in the quantum field, like I said, there are limitless possibilities. So maybe it's not going to happen the way that you thought, but if you're growing your personal brand, it can happen in an infinite amount of ways. So from this day on, we're going to stop saying we're stuck. We're going to stop saying that we are, not valuable, and what we have to say isn't valuable. And we're going to do the work. And like, y'all, this is why I offer the programs I do. This is why I offer Selling Fiercely. Selling Fiercely is a live 3-day course that's happening at the end of November 28th, 29th, and 30th. It will be recorded if you can't make it live, but we're going to talk about selling. We're going to talk about selling your product, whether that be building your product, whether that be selling your product, whether that be marketing your product, scaling your offer, automation, all the things. We're going to talk about attraction marketing. We're going to talk about all of it, right? And this is why I have Intuition Authority Power coming up, which is a human design 4-week program. And it's for entrepreneurs. And we're going to learn how to run your business with your human design, to use your human design to grow and to scale your business. Like, that is why I do these programs, because I have been through this. I've been in the place where I'm like, oh, I'm stuck. Oh, I don't have anything to offer, right? But it's just not true. It's just not true. And when you learn things like your human design and you incorporate it into your business, or you learn about universal laws, or you learn about masculine and feminine energy, and you learn about infinite possibilities in the quantum field, and you start really starting to embody and understand all of this information, it is impossible to think that you are stuck. It is impossible to think that what you have to offer isn't valid and valuable. And it's impossible to ever go back once you learn this. So that is why I teach this. This is quite literally the reason why I teach all of this. All of these offers, by the way, both of those offers, Selling Fiercely and Intuition Authority Power, all included in the before Black Friday sale. So you got to come find me on Instagram and ask me about those deals. If you get my newsletter, it's in there as well. If you would like to sign up for the newsletter, you can always slide into my DMs on Instagram, or you can click the link in the show notes because it's there as well. I hope this episode was helpful for you. I hope you have an incredible day. Today is Veterans Day. If you are a veteran, if you have served our country or are currently serving our country, thank you so much. It is not lost on me how lucky I am and how good it is that we have the protection of this country that we do, because I am able to literally sit in a silk, like dressy, what looks like pajama set and record a podcast in my apartment on a Friday. It's amazing. And so thank you for your service. We are not worthy. I love you all so much. I will see you on Tuesday with another episode. Bye.